Hello, class. I am Christine Wells, and this is my presentation for my grant proposal. I am planning on doing an autism resources lending library, and so I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about that. The grant that I would like to use is the Autism Welcome Here Library Programs, Services, and More grant. This grant is hosted in partnership with the Libraries and Autism We're Connected organization. The grant is funded by a woman named Barbara Clipper. She's a retired librarian and author, and she funds this grant in partnership with the Libraries and Autism organization. Now, the cool thing about it too is that the grant is a direct outcome of a project done by the Illinois State Library Board. The project was called Targeting Autism, a National Forum on Serving Library Patrons on the Spectrum. And because of that big project, Ms. Clipper decided to begin personally funding a grant for the community of people with autism. So it is a private grant. The maximum amount of funding you can receive is $5,000. And the grant is due in December of each year. Now, because of COVID, the grant is currently on hold. So my submission obviously is a mock submission, and I'm going to fill it out as if the grant were open this year. The organization does hope to reopen applications in the fall of 2021. Previous deadlines for the grant have been around December 2nd. Now, the grant is only available to libraries, but it is open to libraries of any type as long as they are specifically serving families of or specifically people with autism. So the population that I'm modeling my grant project after is the small public library that serves the town where I live, not the library where I work, but it is the small public library that serves my town. Montevallo is a very small town with Title I schools. There's a significant population of children and teens with autism in our town, so much so that the local elementary school in 2018 received a $10,000 grant to develop what they termed a sensory path and sensory cove, which is a really cool indoor-outdoor collaborative space that serves students who receive special education services. Because of the prevalence of the population of kids and teens with autism in my town, I believe that my project would provide a needed pathway for accessibility and guidance for families of kids and teens with autism. And I think that basing this project off of something that Parnell Memorial Library in Montevallo could do would serve a population that really needs something like this. So my proposal, I would like to fund an autism resources lending library. This lending library would provide the following resources: sensory toys, weighted vests, weighted lap pads, iPads with with augmentative and alternative communication apps, or independent assistive, I'm so sorry, I keep saying, independent augmentative and alternative communication devices. So what I mean by that is that there would be iPads that could circulate that have these pricier apps on them that maybe patrons would be hesitant to purchase themselves, as well as these standalone AAC devices that again can be very expensive, that have to be purchased with insurance usually, and with the referral of a doctor or a therapist. And so by having these devices available for checkout, we would be providing them for patrons to try out before they have to commit to purchase through their insurance, before they have to go through their doctor's or therapist's office, to really kind of let their kids and teens try it out and see if it's something that would work for them. Resources will be checked out for a month at a time, as opposed to a shorter checkout period for traditional materials. I think that having a month to try out these different resources would maximize the exposure of the patron with autism to these devices and really give families an idea of what they need to invest their time and money in. There will be limits on what can be checked out at what time. Maybe 2 sensory accessories like a toy and a vest or a toy and a lap pad, or 2 sensory toys, but only 1 AAC at a time. Because the AACs, whether it's an app on an iPad or an independent AAC, I really think that since those are so expensive, trying out one at a time is a safer thing for both the patron and for the library who has invested these grant funds into the project. Also, I will be asking for the full $5,000 maximum grant award amount, simply because the amount of iPads that I would buy, the amount that the apps cost would really add up quite a lot. So that is my project. I'm really excited about drafting this grant and developing what I think would be really good for this population that I am focusing on. Thank you so much.